All right, you don't want your overseas trip of a lifetime to hit some unexpected snags, right? Well, Kathy Sudeikis from Ascendas Travel is here with important things to consider as you plan ahead. Let's dig into it because I think a lot of us have heard about Brexit, but we might not know what it means or how it could affect our travel to Europe. But are there some incentives or things we can gain? Or what do we need to know about Brexit, I guess, if we're traveling to Europe?
Well, it was a word that was just on the calendar.
Yeah.
The date was coming eventually. And what we've learned, since it's actually official now, is that the price of things almost fell in half.
Really?
50%, because the pound was about $1.80, and now the pound and the dollar are absolutely even. So the air tickets remains the same, and it's fine until June 1st, then it was high season. But in terms of sightseeing, in terms of hotel rooms that were in the $500 range are now in the $300 range.
Really?
And even the loveliest.
And that's all over England, so we're talking London, but then other parts of the country or something like that too?
We're definitely talking Scotland.
Really?
And parts of Ireland. Yeah, it's
fantastic.
it was this. People don't necessarily make their trips about the currency situation.
Yeah.
They just sort of make it, if that's the year they're going to go, they make it part of their story.
But now's a great time to take advantage of
to
that.
take advantage of it. It's a really good deal.
Well, let's move on to something else that's really big in the news is the coronavirus outbreak that we seem to hear about every time we flip on the news. How is that affecting travel to different parts of the country?
Gosh, we're still in the learning stage about coronavirus, but I can tell you one thing. Your travel agent is going to be really honest with you and tell you what the situation is. I saw this morning on the national news that the number of outbreaks has gone down, the average number of outbreaks. There were just some new off of the cruise ships. But everybody is taking incredible procedural steps to make sure people are safe and that kind of thing. We don't really want it to spread beyond China. And everybody who has been infected has, in fact, been in China and have been in Wuhan. So, I think it's under control.
Another good reason to, talk to somebody like you when we're planning those big travel trips, because you obviously have the expertise in that. And is it too late, because it's going to be here before you know it? Spring break is just around the corner next month for a lot of school kids. Is it too late for us to book a spring break trip,
Well, it depends. The big group where everyone's going with their friends on a cruise or to the Mexican resort, for example, is probably impossible now unless you're paying for a really high airfare. But instead of the 13th to the 22nd, if you just go from the 15th to the 20th, those 5 days, there's still space available in warm destinations, Florida destinations. California is a real fun thing to do. It rains a little bit in California in March, I have to warn you. But people go to New York City for these kinds of things. And while it's a little cold, this is the best time to do Broadway and all those kinds of things.
Well, I tell you what, driving into work today, it was 25 degrees. So anywhere warmer for me, I think, is where you're pointing me in the right direction. I know one of your specialties is multi-generational and multi-family travel. So those big trips, what makes for a successful group trip with those attendees?
Well, first of all, you have to have someone who chooses the date, because whichever sibling chooses is accused of picking a date that's better for their family than the others. Most of those trips are based around someone's 75th birthday or 50th wedding anniversary. And what used to be a celebration in a country club and have lots of family and friends now turns out to be something that creates memories for all the generations of family. So as close to the birthday or the anniversary date, or including that in the week that you travel, is a safe bet. And you have to plan ahead, because there are special deals for groups. And family reunions like this aren't in backyards anymore. They're
big
at
somewhere
sea.
else,
And it's really easy to do a cruise, because during the day, everyone can do their thing, come to dinner, have show and tell. Everybody gets to sit with grandma or grandpa at least one night, and they get to check their manners and offer them Vichy Swan, explain all those kinds of things to them. And it's just a really nice vacation. And you also don't have to make dinner reservations. For what I call the Fifth Army. Dinner for 20 in New York City is not such an easy
Especially when
task.
it's about $75 a plate for 25, 30 people. Well, thank you for being here. It's always good to see you and good insight on travel. And I bet it gives me some fun ideas because we have some events in our family that are just around the corner. And that'd be a lot of fun, I think, to spend with a lot of family members. So thank you again very much. We'll call you soon.
Great.
All right. Belinda.